Okay, so this is the second iteration for our final group Greybox project. This is on behalf of myself and Eric Sori. We worked really hard on this. So a lot of differences from the first iteration. First of all, with mechanics, he can only double jump now, but he can wall jump infinitely. So before he could always jump infinitely, but now it's just with the wall jump, and he can only jump twice. As you saw back there, there's a coin that you can collect. We've added collectibles that actually function. A big critique we got was that the blocks were too similar, so we added lava in a lot of places to mix things up, and you can see the whole background has now been added. These pits are now actually filled with lava, so you'll die if you fall in there. And you saw right there, there's a checkpoint. So if you die, like I just was killed by that monster, which is also new. The rolling monster is new. If you die, you get sent back to your latest checkpoint. Right here, you'll see that the elevators are now completely functioning. So you can take the elevator to the second floor or the next floor of the level. Here on the second floor, the spike traps are now working. They need to be fixed in terms of placement, but they're working right now. So you can see I just fell victim to one of the spike traps. So this makes this part a lot more difficult. The levels itself has become more difficult now that everything functions correctly. The keys also function correctly. You need to grab the key in order to use the elevator. So here the wall jump puzzles work now. They're more difficult because you can't infinitely jump, you can only double jump now. So you'll grab the key. Again, there's another example of one of the new monsters. This next part, the platforms are all functioning properly now. You'll see the platforms there. The platforms move up and down here. And there is fire at the bottom that I just fell into. And that functions properly too. So again, this part has become more difficult. We definitely want to still add a few more traps here. And I think more paths for the player to take here. Maybe above his head. We'll add some floating platforms for him to try and traverse across. So this jump puzzle is a little more difficult. There's an aesthetic lava placement pillar right there. And you can see in the background the lava increases as the level progresses. There's another coin to collect, so more collectibles to add more objectives for the player. Here you can see in the background that as you go down there's more lava. This third floor is all kind of lava in the background, and in the foreground you'll see here is some more variation of block types, another collectible. So this puzzle functions properly too now. There's a lot of fire on the bottom because you're kind of at the heart of the volcano now. So this puzzle becomes very difficult. I think to be added still for some polish and to make it more difficult here, I think we're going to want to put one more monster somewhere in this third floor, just because other than that it's just kind of just a jumping and floating platform puzzle. We added this platform right here, and if you see right above my head, there is a decline in the ceiling. Right here, I'll walk over to it. There's another monster. The key is over here. See, we added a decline because before the player wasn't able to see the key. So that's a huge difference because we always want the player to see where the key is first so they know where they need to progress towards. So right here, we'll take the final elevator down, and then this fourth level has the boss in it. And that's everything. So once we'll make it so once you kill this boss, you've beaten the level. Right now there's a lot of blank space down here, so we'll also probably fill this in with maybe an arena, just some floating platforms. But really everything's pretty good now. We're getting it to look a lot nicer, I think, with the background that makes it pretty clear that it's a volcano. Now that there's different monsters in there and that everything functions properly, I think it has a much better feeling, befitting of the name Volcanic Descent for the name of the level. So we put a lot of time and effort into this milestone, trying to get it better. It took a lot of feedback, and I think it's coming along really, really well. And I look forward to continuing to work on this and finishing up for next week. Thank you.